Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Soph and on this channel we talk about all things books with a little bit of beauty, maybe. For today's video, I'm a little bit late to the party, but I am going to be doing my mid-year book freak out. I don't know how well this is going to go because a quarter of this year has been a slump, but I'm just going to get right on into it. I have the questions here. I am feeling a little bit lazy today, so most of these books are probably downstairs on my like trophy shelf, or they're downstairs on my TBR shelf, or they're just, most of them are going to be downstairs. So I'm going to just tell you the books and then I'll put photos either side of my head when I edit it so that you know what I'm actually talking about. But the first question is, what is the best book you've read so far in 2024? Now, I haven't had a single 5-star read this year, which is so rude, but I have had some 4 stars. So if I just look through my book challenge for this year, what would be the best 4-star that I've read? I think I'm actually gonna go for Flawless by Elsie Silver, #1 in the Chestnut Spring series, because that book was so good. I do have to say that since reading that book, I have enjoyed some of the others more than I enjoyed that book. But, big but, that one really made me fall in love with the way Elsie Silver writes and like cowboy romances and stuff like that. So that one does hold a very special place in my heart. Also really loved Queen of Shadows, #4 in the Throne of Glass series. That one was so good, but Heir of Fire is still my favourite in that series so far. So my favourite book that I've read this year so far is Flawless by Elsie Silver, because that just threw me into the world of cowboy romances and I don't think I ever want to leave. Ever. Next question is, what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2024? So I've read a few sequels this year actually, but I think my favourite is actually a reread. Do I count rereads? Is that naughty? So the best sequel I have read so far in 2024 was my reread of Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the second book in the From Blood and Ash series. I've started rereading them because I read like the original trilogy was out, but she's since then brought out 4 books and there's another one coming, so I really need to catch up with the series. So I decided to reread them, and yeah, Kingdom of Flesh and Fire is so good. I did read Iron Flame, which I really, if it had gone my way, that would have been the best sequel I had read so far. But Iron Flame really disappointed me. I adored Fourth Wing. I enjoyed-ish Iron Flame. But did I love it? Absolutely not. It felt like it should have been split into 2 books at least, and there were just so many different things going on. Nothing was fully fleshed out. So that should have taken that spot, but because it didn't, we are going with A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The next question is, what is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to? Now, the obvious choice for this, if we're talking new releases of this year, would be House of Flame and Shadow. I know, I should have read it. Again, I'm late to the party, but there was so much hype around it and then I saw so many mixed reviews that I've been putting it off. So that is a new release of the year that I should really go and read. But if we're talking, say, new release of this month, Reckless, which is the second book to Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I do have it downstairs, but I have not read it yet and I would really like to get onto that. But yeah, if we're talking new releases for this year that I want to get read, it would be House of Flame and Shadow. I also have Kingdom of Ash to read, which is the last. I just have a thing for not reading last books in a series. I don't like the closure. I don't like knowing that it's coming to an end, you know? I don't like knowing that that's approaching. That is just not fun. Oh, and The Fury by Alex Michaelides. It's his latest thriller, so I do need to get that done as well. Most anticipated release for the second half of 2024. Ooh, that's hard. I know I have some pre-orders actually. Let me have a look. Okay, so we have a few But the one I'm probably most excited for is Heavenly Bodies by, is it Imani Ario? Don't know how you say her name, I'm so sorry. Heavenly Bodies is getting a traditional publish, and I've heard nothing but good things about that book, but I did not order it when it was still on like Amazon Indie Publish. But that comes out in November, so that is a little bit of a wait, but I'm sure it'll be totally worth it. If you don't know anything about it, I would recommend checking out a lot of the romantasy booktubers like Tori and Rachel. They've talked about that book a lot, and they're the people that inspired me to order it, so I'm waiting on that one. Biggest disappointment. Do I even need to say it? Iron Flame, 100%. I was so excited for Iron Flame. Like, I pre-ordered it months and months and months. I think I pre-ordered it the day it was like released for pre-order, and waited that whole time for it because Fourth Wing became part of my personality, and then we got that. And I don't know if it's because she rushed it to get the release because Fourth Wing did so well, or if her editor was just rubbish, but it just didn't hit like Fourth Wing did. Like, I could see the potential in the story. It's not the fact that it wasn't a carbon copy of Fourth Wing. That's not my problem. It's the fact that there was like 4 different plots going on at the same time, it felt like, and nothing was like fully fleshed out or like really cohesive. Like, I had some shocks, which I kind of saw coming, but you know, I had some shocks, that's okay. So there were points that I really enjoyed, and I'm pretty sure there was a couple points that made me cry, but as a whole I gave it a 3-star, but I gave Fourth Wing a 5-star. So that is probably my biggest disappointment. But if I just quickly look through my books, I don't think there's anything else that really disappointed me. No, literally just Fourth Wing. Not Fourth Wing, Iron Flame. I'm sorry if you love it and your feelings are so valid, but for me, for the reasons I loved Fourth Wing and for how I am as a reader, I just didn't like Iron Flame. Biggest surprise. Ooh. Surprise in a good way or a bad way? That's the question. I actually don't know for this one. I would say the reappearance of Rachel Price did surprise me a little bit, because some people that I watch like religiously on YouTube didn't really take to the reappearance of Rachel Price very well. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I went in with not so great expectations. And also Magnolia Parks. How much I enjoyed Magnolia Parks definitely surprised me. Like, I knew I was going to have a fun time, but I didn't know I was going to be hooked. And I was hooked. Like, I didn't think I was going to be one of those girlies, but I was. New favourite author. Well, I definitely discovered Ali Hazelwood this year, and she is now an auto-buy author, so I would definitely put her as one of those. I started off with The Love Hypothesis as a book club read between me and my friends, and it kind of just flourished from there. I love it. Love her STEM romances, love her writing, love her characters, and the formula that her books are written in. So I could definitely imagine reading every single one of her books. And also Elsie Silver. I think this year was the year I rekindled my like for romance books. I'm still a big romantasy girly. Like, I'm in my romantasy phase again, but I have been really enjoying contemporary romances as well. Yeah, Elsie Silver and Ali Hazelwood are my 2 new favourite authors for this year. Newest fictional crush. I definitely had a little bit of a crush on, what was his name? Levi from Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I definitely had a little bit of a crush on him whilst I was reading that book, but also like every single one of the brothers in the Chestnut Springs series. If you know, you know. I just need to like move to America, buy a ranch, and live my cowgirl life. Newest favourite character. See, I don't really... Do I gel with the main characters? I don't know. I don't know if I do. I think I just fall in love with like the love interest, and then that's as far as it goes. Although I did really enjoy Aurea and Rain from Separate and the Wings of Night. Both of them just have really fun personalities, and yeah, I did really like them as characters, and I also enjoyed the chemistry between them together, so I'd say that they're probably my new favourite characters. Also Manon from, or Manon, however you want to say it, from the Throne of Glass series. Most girls go for Selena, but no. I'm a Manon girly, for sure. A book that made you cry. I know there's definitely been some. Iron Flame definitely made me cry at some point, but I can't remember when. I'm pretty sure I cried at Powerless by Elsie Silver, not the Lauren Roberts one. Actually, Serpent on the Wings of Night, I think I did cry at the twist at the end. Yeah, I think I did. I just cry. I cry when I'm happy, I cry when I'm excited, and I cry when I'm sad. So it doesn't take much in a book to make me cry. Like, as long as I'm feeling a strong emotion, I cry. A book that made you happy? Most of them, to be honest. I had a fun time. Although I've not had any, like, 5-star reads, I had a pretty fun time reading all of them. Apart from The Great Gatsby, but we won't talk about that. What one made me just happy? My rereads of the From Blood and Ash series has made me pretty happy, I won't lie. I forgot how much I adored that series. Is it the best written thing? No, and I'm definitely noticing it more this time round. But just the characters, the world, the creatures, everything about From Blood and Ash just makes me happy. And the fact that I'm delving back into this world and I'm about to start books that I haven't read from this world makes me incredibly happy. I was literally sat there listening to the first book, From Blood and Ash, just smiling because I forgot how much fun and how much I love the characters from these books. If it was just a case of who's your favourite characters from the books you've read this year, it would be the like main 5 from Blood and Ash, but because it's not a new book to me, that's why I didn't say it, that's why I said the others. The book that has made me happy this year is my rereads of From Blood and Ash. I'm sorry to all the others. I mean, the others, I wasn't sad reading it. I definitely had a good time, but making me happy, From Blood and Ash. Favourite book to movie adaptation that you've seen so far this year? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what book to film adaptations I've seen. Like, I've seen Wonka with Timothy Chalamet. I actually don't think I've seen anything other than Wonka in terms of books to films. I've not really seen any of the romance ones that have come out because I'm not a big romance film lover. I have to be like in the mood for it. So yeah, I think it's literally Wonka. Can I say Wonka? I read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when I was like 8. I guess it's Wonka. Oh my gosh. Beautiful book you've brought this year. Honestly, I haven't brought any special editions, I don't think, that didn't come out of a subscription box. And I don't really count myself as buying those books because I didn't choose them. But I did buy the collector's editions of A Court of Thorns and Roses and Throne of Glass. So I will put them either side here. They are the only ones that I can think of that I have brought myself. Yeah, I think it's just those two, but they are a very special possession. So what books do you really need to read by the end of this year? How long do you have? So I really need to read House of Flame and Shadow, Kingdom of Ash, the second book in the Crowns of Nyxia. What else do I really need to read? Binding 13. If I haven't read Binding 13 by the end of this year, I don't know what's wrong with me. The rest of the From Blood and Ash series. Book 2 of Zodiac Academy. There's a lot. There really is a lot. And there's definitely some books that have been sat on my shelves for a very long time. I would like to take time at some point to dedicate to reading the books that have been sat on my shelves for the longest, because there is a hot few. Like, from when I first started reading again to like making my channel more book related, there is books that have been sat since then that I have not picked up. And I definitely need to. I need to either read them or throw them. Maybe I'll make that a video. If that is something you want to see, please let me know. Because maybe I can do a read or throw. Well, not throw, but read or unhaul. And yeah, that's it. So, like I said, my reading year has not been particularly great, but I enjoyed watching everyone else's mid-year freakout, so I thought I would just do the same. I got my questions from, I don't know if they're the legit questions, but I got my questions from a blog called A Book Owl's Corner. I'm not sure who owns the blog, but that's where I got my questions from. But yeah, please let me know what your favourite and least favourite book that you've read so far is. I want to know what people's best and worst book of the year so far is, because I like seeing how like some people's best books, so like my best book could be From Blood and Ash, but your worst book could be From Blood and Ash, and that's okay. I just find it interesting how people's opinions can really like vary for different books. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, it really helps, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave so you don't miss the next video. Bye guys!